What's going on, good people? It's time for your Impact Wrestling review for 2/15/2018. We're a little bit late, but I blame Casey because he trying to be sick out here, and I told him to just say no, and it'll stop. But he ain't listen to me. But anyway, so I hope he feel better. He's still here though.
That's not how
Casey,
it works. You don't just say no and then you don't get sick. That's not how that works.
That's how that works. You don't claim that you're sick and you don't get sick. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. Anyway, I'm gonna be honest, real quick overall thoughts type thing on this show. I feel like this show is really good. Am I the only one in the corner saying this show is really good?
I got to agree with you, dog. I'm bad on this one here. It was all right though. It was a good show.
Okay.
Good, yeah. I think that's the first time we've ever all agreed.
You agree or you disagree?
If you would listen to the words that were coming out of my mouth.
I'm trying. I can't hear the words because you ain't talking loud enough to acting like you sick. You ain't sick. You fine.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I said I agree. I think this is the first time we've ever all agreed on a show. Like ever.
Ever.
Like would you say ever?
Like ever.
Ever. Like ever. Okay. All right. But let's jump into this show so I can find. I got so many windows open that I can't find nothing I need to find. But anyway, we started out. I'm gonna do it the same way I've been doing it because I like it this way, and then I'm gonna give up on it next week. So don't worry about it. But let's start with what was the first match? Why can't I remember? My notes are here, but I gotta go find them again. So I apologize. But anyway, I'm gonna start with the X Division match because I like that match. That was a really good match. The Taiji Ishimori versus El Hijo de Fantasma match. I know it wasn't first, but if you always go in order, then people get bored and confused. So, Chase, I'm gonna make you scroll all the way down to the halfway middle portion of your notes and make you real mad. And we're gonna talk about this match first. I thought it was good though. I like the way these two guys work together. I feel like I'm not in the middle of the screen trying to move. But for whatever reason, I still don't think this beats out Ishimori versus Trevor Lee. I still don't think it beats out that match, but that dude's put on some really good matches this year, even though we're only 2 months in, like 2.5 months in. This guy has been defending his title in multiple different places and putting on some crazy good matches, at least the ones I watched for Impact. So I think he's doing a really good job. And I kind of wonder, kind of food for thought, and kind of wonder you guys' thoughts on this. With Impact traveling around the world and you know, people defending the titles in Detroit, then defending them in Canada, then defending them in Canada, and then defending them in the United States, then defending them in Japan, and then defending them in Mexico. Does that make the title feel a little bit more prestigious? Yes or no? Because I don't know. I feel like having all these title defenses is good for the champion, but in the same breath, I feel like you never really know. But overall, I kind of wanted you guys' thoughts on that. But just to kind of wrap up my thoughts, I felt like this match was a really good match. I liked it. It almost felt like Phantasma couldn't keep up with the pace of Ishimori. He was trying to slow it down, but then like he had his own little segment of this match where he sped up the pace, trying to kind of showing his versatility and everything. And then I freaking love the double knees. I love that freaking tombstone gut buster. Love that thing. That's one of my favorite moves. It was a really, really good move. I loved it. This was a really good match though. And I enjoyed it. Casey, you got any thoughts on the X Division Championship match, or do you feel like defending all these titles? Because even with the Global Championship, you know, Eli Drake was defending it everywhere. They was claiming he was a paper champion, but he defended that thing like more than anybody though. Same. Casey, thoughts on the X Division title and the kind of the titles being more prestigious because they're defending them everywhere? Like I had one in my backyard, you know.
I mean, first of all, we a month and a half into the year, so learn your math.
True, you're right.
Yeah, we in February.
You're right. I just saw the 2 and I was like, okay, 2. 2. It's the 17th, so it's 2.5. You know, I just read the numbers on my screen. You know?
But yeah, I definitely thought it was a good match. I definitely like Ishimori as a champion. I'm having trouble trying to think, like, if they do drop the title, who do they drop it to? Just there's nobody that immediately comes to mind right now.
That's how they'll do it. I'm just saying. I mean, I know he's the global champion. I mean, that not global grand, all these G's, man. The grand champion, but still.
But definitely a good match. I think anytime you defend the title a bunch, it automatically makes it feel more prestigious. You know, it just because you see it more, and I think, for example, the opposite of that would be like the Universal title, where we almost never see it, defended. So how am I supposed to believe this is a prestigious title when I never see it defended? So I definitely think more defenses helps the title.
Alrighty, rapid thoughts on the X Division Championship match and or the defending the titles in other promotions and around the world type of aspect they're doing. Does that make it more prestigious or not?
I think this match was a good match. It was decent. It had a nice little flow to it. There was no botching. I love matches like that. You know that. So, as far as the match is concerned, it was good, man. I liked them up. Man, Fantasia did a beautiful spin drop knee into a submission. That thing was nasty, boy. I like stuff like that. When you flow like that, that's wrestling right there. I like that.
That inverted figure four on him. I was like, okay.
Yes.
I like that stuff too.
It was nice. And the Tilt-A World back breaker joint, man. It was a nice match with the 450 splash. 450 splash at the end. I mean, in the corner. It was a good match. That big boot Fantasia hit him with, too, off the rope was beautiful. Beautiful big boot joint. Yeah, it was a good match. It was a nice little flow. Decent. I liked it. I'm not with the titles being all over the place like that. To me, prestigious mean prestigious. So now if you got it defending everywhere, it's not prestigious no more. Just like you wouldn't see the WWE belt defended anywhere but WWE. Period. You know? So you can't be in the backyard of somebody's alleys with a WWE belt. You know what I'm saying? By accident or by anything. Walking in nobody promotion with a WWE belt. You know what I'm saying? So that alone, when you start going all around and having them wrestling all anywhere, that don't make it prestigious to me. It makes it, it brings it down to me, to be honest with you. It don't make it, matter of fact, it stops from being prestigious. For real, because now it's diluted. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that everybody is grasping to see, have to get around, have to be in a match to get to see it. Just to see it, you have to be in a match or be in an arena. You know what I'm saying? A WWE arena alone. You got to be in those two things, either in that match or you got to pay for some tickets.
Well,
for you to see that championship.
I think it depends. See, I'm a slightly disagree, but I kind of understand where you're coming from because, in my opinion, I feel like, with WWE and Impact, New Japan, stuff like that, whatever, you see, you got to be in the company to go for the title, right? Well, let's just say before, right? More so talking about WWE, you got to be in the company. Like, it's supposed to be the best company in the world, so you have to be there. You have to be on the roster, to see that. And I get what you're saying, but in the same breath, I feel like if you look at it as the best wrestlers from all over the world are trying to get to that title. For example, like now the Global Championship, I think is different than the X title. The Global Championship, it was defended in other places, but it was still defended against just Impact guys. So I feel like if you look at it from the best wrestlers in the world are trying to get to that title, so I might have to go to Japan to defend it. I might have to go to Mexico to defend it. I think it does make it prestigious. But then again, I understand what you're saying too, because if Impact is supposed to be, quote, above these other companies, they're supposed to be one of the best in the world, then why would you let these other guys come in and fight for your title? So I understand both sides.
It dilutes the championship.
I do have one argument. Okay. There is a title in WWE that is defended outside of WWE.
You're right.
Yeah.
The WWE Championship?
No, but there is a title in WWE that is defended.
But then again, let's be honest though. Then again, it ain't even really defended on WWE like that. So if it won't, they probably would never defend it.
But that makes you want to see it that much more when it is defended.
I see what you're saying.
But see, if you take it to Japan and all these other places, now when you go to sign somebody, you can't hold over their head. You can't get this championship. You can't see this championship. You know what I'm saying? That's part of you as a business. You know what I'm saying? Part of your leverage.
But
as a business itself, as WWE entity, you have to have something where that championship is something you got to be on this roster. You got to be here. You can't be anywhere else to see this. No match that exists that will have this belt hanging anywhere. You see what I'm saying? That just can't happen on nobody's waist, hanging from the rafters, nowhere.
Especially
unless
from
it's WWE.
Especially from a like cowardly heel perspective too. Like, oh, you got you ain't even signed to the roster, so you can't even. So now that kind of takes that out of play. Casey, you about to say something? Heard some words?
You still do have to be on the roster. Every time that title is defended and somebody wins it outside of the company, they're still on the roster. They're still working for Impact. So it's not like
use the key word outside the company. That's the key word right there.
But they're still working for the company.
Shall we move on or shall we continue?
No, if they're not on the roster, they don't work for the company.
If they win the title, they work for the company because it's in the contract for the title match.
That's what dilutes the championship right there. You doing it for me. You making my argument.
Is that true though? Because but then that takes away the whole invasion storyline and all that. Like I know technically you will be working for the company, but isn't the illusion that if I'm from Border City Wrestling, I technically don't work for Impact. I work alongside of Impact, but not technically. I'm not technically on the Impact roster.
No.
I mean, yeah, if you're looking at it from a kayfabe standpoint, but we argue all the time that we're reviewers, quote, so we look deeper into it.
I don't know. Anyway, we're going to move on to the actual first match of this show, which was Sami Callihan going up against Lashley, the Beast of Monster, the Destroyer Animal. I was excited for this just because I love Sami Callihan. This is the first time we really got to see him in a singles match. And this was good. I feel like this was good, but I feel like I wasn't underwhelmed. The match just went in a different direction than I thought it was going to go. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know why I thought it was going to be this straight-up wrestling match between the two, and I was so hyped. And then, like, it kind of turned into this, like, weird no DQ, but at the same time, DQ option is available for the referee if he wants to use it type thing. It was weird. But I thought it was good, though. I thought they worked well together. I thought this was a good showing by Sami Callihan. Obviously, we know what Lashley can do, but if you're new to Sami Callihan, you probably don't know. So it was. I think it was nice to see him going up against a guy who's a world champion, multiple-time world champion in Impact, and kind of prove himself a little bit. I'm gonna talk about Sanjay Dutt in a minute. This man. I'm gonna talk about him now. Actually, I don't know how I feel about Sanjay Dutt being on commentary. Like, I like it. This man said good lucha things, though. I was hyped. I was hyped. Casey, I had to make sure I told Casey, but he said, what did he say? Good lucha type things in this match. I was like, yes. But anyway, inside WWE joke for some of you. But yeah, and that was during the X Division match. But I don't know how I feel about Sanjay Dutt right now. Especially, it feels like Jeremy Borash is obviously gone or thinking about it or whatever. And like they didn't even mention it. It was just kind of like, especially for a guy who we've seen in that company since it started. It's just kind of weird to not see him on TV or hear him or anything like that. And then he just kind of goes away and they don't say anything considering he'd been there for so long. But as far as back to this match though, that was just something that was kind of itching my craw a little bit. But back to this match though, I thought it was good. I like OVE's involvement. I don't understand the referee kind of letting things go, but then at the same time calling for disqualification there at the end. That was kind of weird. But that spear on the outside was awesome by Lashley. That when Sami Callihan was going to go all the way around the ring, that was a really nice spear. I like that. But like I like the combination of this was kind of this nice technical match and inside the ring, but then when it got to the outside, it was this physical smash mouth type of a thing. But Sami Callihan ends up getting disqualified, and after the match, Eddie Edwards comes out to help out Lashley as he was getting attacked by OVE. They never did explain why this is happening, why this is a thing. Why is OVE attacking Lashley? Is it more of a Sami Callihan prerogative, or is it OVE? Because I feel like if it was just a Sami Callihan prerogative, OVE could still be doing what they want to do as far as like going after the titles or something. I feel like that's the only weird part about this. But Casey, thoughts on Lashley versus and or the Jeremy Borash thing? Because obviously I know we talked about the whole Jeremy Borash being backstage at TakeOver that time, and I'm kind of like, where he go though? They didn't tell me.
He signed with WWE. You didn't hear that?
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah. He's looking for that now.
Are we gonna get to see the Jeremy Borash dive? I'm hyped.
I thought this match was really good. I'm still confused as to why. Like, what does Lashley have to do with OVE at all? Period. Like, I don't get it. But I thought it was a good match. I thought it showed both of them very well. I like that it was more of a brawl kind of a thing because I feel like that would fit them both together. I think a little bit more. I'm still confused how this is going to go into Lashley versus Brian Cage for Lashley's last match because I'm confused about that. But definitely, I like the match.
All right, Rabbit, thoughts on your boy going up against Sami Callihan? Or Jeremy Borash?
Man, this right here to me, it was a good match, man. And when it started off the break with the clothesline, almost turned my man inside out off the break. This was a perfectly booked match for the Beast, the Monster. I ain't gonna give him the whole joint, but this was perfectly booked for him, man. You got people on the outside interfering constantly. You know what I'm saying? He persevering over that. He getting over that. You know what I'm saying? Then my man hit him with a back elbow into the clothesline. Man, Lashley a beast. Like, then my man picked him up and slammed him.
Oh, that
man,
stop.
Man, what? Nasty spear when my man ran all the way around. I don't know what he did that for, but he ran all the way around the whole ring, and by the time he comes to the other side, gets speared out of his boots. Cold beast, man. But my man, what'd you say his name was? Sami
Callihan.
Man, he hit my man though with a nice guillotine counter off the spear though. You know, when my man tried to spear him, oh my God, hit him with the guillotine, stuck there for a minute. But guess what? My man powered out of that thing. Power slammed him. I mean, stood straight up out of that joint. Slam showed his strength, power right there. Perfectly booked. You see what I'm saying? This should have been happening instead of him losing all those matches. This how his matches should have been booked. You know what I'm saying? Got my man on the top rope messing with him, you know what I'm saying? But Eddie Edwards came in so late. My man had defended all these people on the side for a whole match, you know, got through it. Eddie Edwards come in after the bell done rung, music playing, everything. It's like, what? You could have been helping me out, man. You know what I'm saying? I could have went one-on-one a long time ago, you know? What was that about? Then gonna act like he was doing something. Like, what? You late. But my man took some punishment every time he went on the outside, right? Last year, taking punishment. Every time he fell on the outside, man, he took some punishment, boy. Good night. But it was a good match to me, man. It was a decent match. Nasty spears. Nasty. But it was had a nice submission into the power slam. Nice, man. I loved it. It was a decent match. Nice power match from two people. And then main man, I ain't know, but he had that nasty joint when he spinning his hand and dropped the and chopped him with that joint. Like, what are you doing, Slim? Man,
that loogie chop.
I ain't never seen that before, man.
I ain't either.
I'm like, what are you doing? You know? But the commentary is trash, huh? All right, it's been trash ever since Pope left, and it got worse. You know what I'm saying? Dut. Other than the fact that he, on some points, he go deep into detail as a wrestler. He give you good points on some certain things. Overall, he's trash too. On beside trash. So you got two trash people sitting there trying to commentate. It's terrible. Terrible comment. Like in it, it's just terrible. They the worst. Terrible. DJ.
I'm officially applying for the commentating job for Impact. Anyway, moving on to one of my favorite matches of the night. Ania. There's something extra there that I can't remember. What is it? Casey, help me out here. Don't they call her something like Ania? I know she's a she-wolf, but I don't think she go by that in Impact. The what?
This man don't know how to hear with his ears.
Mania? Something like that.
I'm just gonna text you it because like something's up with the mic. I don't know.
Because obviously you ain't saying the words.
I'm saying the words. I said the words like 3 times.
The Huntress?
Huntress, yes.
Okay, the Huntress.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
It's about time you said the doggone words. Anyway, I like this match though. It was good. I was excited. I like Rosemary. I love Ania. I love greatest tights of all time. Okay, when anybody says GOAT. Anyway, back to the match though. It was good. I liked it. I'm liking this feud. I'm liking the build of this feud. This was the kind of the in-between type. It was the first match, but they both kind of one-upped each other in recent weeks. And I like that. I think this is a good showing by Ania. I feel like she got a lot of the offense in this match, which was good because we've seen Rosemary, and Ania is still trying to find her way in here. And I think this is a good rivalry for her. I did feel like her entrance was kind of off tonight. I don't know what it was. I mean, it looked perfect, but like from just watching it, you know, from a like her mannerism and stuff was kind of off. Like she felt like she didn't know where she was going. Looked like Nia Jax. Anyway, this is good though. I liked it. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. Rosemary ends up winning with a roll through off the crossbody, and Ania attacks her after the match. And she tried to hit the that reverse DDT that she hits on the steel steps, but she couldn't do it. And Rosemary ends up biting Ania to get out of it. And now they kind of had a little face off. I like it though. I'm excited to see what they continue to build this match, continue to build this whole thing, because I feel like Rosemary's win was good, but it almost felt like it was a fluke. The roll through victory always feels like it's kind of like. But Casey, thoughts on Ania versus Rosemary?
I like them both. I just didn't necessarily like this match that much. Something about it just, I don't know. I felt like they could do a lot better. But I definitely like the feud build up. I definitely like the attack after the match. That was good. Just the match itself, there was something lacking for me. I feel like, I don't know what it was.
Okay. Rabbit, thoughts on Ania versus Rosemary? I mean, thoughts on Ania? Okay. No, but the match. I mean,
yes, you can comment on her too. It was just all right. It was an okay match. You know what I'm saying? For a beginning of a feud, it's cool. It was decent for that. You know what I'm saying? To start a feud off, they just getting to feel each other out. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So, but Shorty had a nice high kick. You know what I'm saying? So, but when Shorty gets your shots, but Sanjay Dutt, man, what are you talking about with Carly B? He was like red bottles. You ain't remember he said something? Man, like, what you listening to? I was like, what? That was funny, man. He tripped me out on that one right there. But I like Rosemary though. DJ?
Yeah, he had me laughing on that too. I was like, when side did start listening to that? Anyway, listening to that Cardi B. What? Anyway, um, moving on. A little bit more, other things is going on the Impact that I kind of cared about, but big. We had the tag team match, the return of Tyrus. He didn't do much of nothing, but he was there. It was Tyrus and EC3 versus Matt Sydal and Johnny Impact. I did like watching Johnny Impact and Matt Sydal together in a tag team match. That was fun. But other than that, this match was it was all right. It wasn't too bad. I like when Tyrus, the little things that Tyrus did at times, but he just kind of there, and I don't know if he ever gonna really do anything. So that's why I probably didn't get my hopes up. I kind of actually forgot. Casey had told me Tyrus he came back, or either I saw it on a tweet, and I kind of forgot about it. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh, hey, it's Tyrus. But it was just okay match. Casey, you got any thoughts on the tag team match? He did get the win though, which is going to cause a number one contenders kind of tight match next week between him and Impact.
I don't know. I was confused as to why Tyrus is back since EC3's technically already gone from Impact anyway. Doesn't make sense to me. I thought the match itself was decent. It wasn't anything great, I didn't think. But one thing I'm not excited for is they talked about Teddy Hart coming to Impact. I'm not excited for that. I don't like Teddy Hart. He's a really bad reputation in the business. So I am definitely not excited for that. I mean, he is the nephew of Bret Hart, but he has such a bad reputation for injuring people, for basically, doing what he wants. So I'm not excited for that. But the tag team match was decent, like I said. Wasn't anything great, but yeah.
All right, Rabbit?
Yeah, like I said, but to me, it was a decent flow to it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you were looking for in the match, it went fluid and didn't have any botching. But Taj hit my man with a headbutt off the rope. And when he hit my man with the hot punch, my man said it's illegal in 49 states. He said, what state is legal in? Florida. The only state you can do it in. Like, that was funny. That was one little part right there. That was funny. I give him that right there, you know what I'm saying? But the man here with a T-bone suplex too. Tyrus was doing a little something in this joint right here too, man. I can't stand him, but he was doing a little something in this joint. Cause when he hit with that hot punch, that was funny. I like that right there. And Sydal had a nice standing moonsault on EC3, and he had a spin kick on EC3 that was pretty spin kick. Impact had a nice neck breaker too, pretty neck breaker on him too. EC3 was, I don't know, he was just in his match, man. It was like he wasn't doing him, He was just there though, you know what I'm saying? But you were talking about my man, you said Teddy Hart. Is he a heavyweight or he's small? I don't remember seeing him too much.
He's about, I would say, somewhere between heavyweight and mid-card. I don't know. I just don't like him. I mean, if you want to look him up, you can. But like I said, he just has a bad reputation for, doing what he wants. He's hurt people a lot in the past, injured a lot of people. A lot of people don't like working with him. So I'm just not excited for him to come. And even without that, he's just not. I don't like his in-ring style.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask you. When you say trying to hurt people, are you saying intentionally trying to hurt somebody, or he just a rough wrestler?
He's not professional. He doesn't, they say in the business, you're in there to, protect your opponent from not getting injured. He doesn't do that. He's injured a lot of people.
I got you. Yeah. Big Pop Pump had some type of reputation too, where he wasn't really trying to hurt people, but he was physical with his wrestling. People,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, sometimes be hurt. But that's different from what you're saying now. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. DJ.
Alrighty. Let's move on into this other little part we have with Allie and the Secret Admirer. This was just basically her getting a chance to beat up Laurel, I guess. I was hyped when she hit her with a box of chocolates, though. But basically, the rundown of this, she got a note from a secret admirer. She went to stage 22, which is where they told her to meet her at. And she was reading the poem. The poem spelled out Laurel Van Ness. And Laurel comes out of one of the totes. And Allie knew it. And she hit it with a box of chocolates to the face. That poor lady. No. And then Allie just gets another one over on Laurel, which I think there's a Knockouts Championship match coming soon. I'm going to put the Brian Cage debut in this as well because he destroyed that man, and I have no words to say. Brian Cage destroyed John Cruz, Rip John Cruz. John Cruz may not come back to Impact ever again because he got beat down. But this was the first time that Cage had been in Impact since kind of the Hogan era when he was in Gut Check. So I'm definitely excited to see what he's going to do. Casey, thoughts on and Laurel and Brian Cage's destruction of Mr. Cruz?
I mean, I love Allie, I do, but I think that was vicious. Laurel just wanted a Valentine. That's it. That's all she wanted. She was just coming out of there to give a hug, and she gets viciously attacked with chocolates, which doesn't sound that bad, because it's chocolate. But I bet that hurt. But I was definitely excited. Like I said, the past couple weeks, I was excited for Brian Cage to debut. I love him and all the other promotions. I've seen him in Lucha Underground, a bunch of other indie promotions. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that it was a jobber match. I feel like you didn't get to see all of what Brian Cage can do with just destroying a little guy. It didn't. That's the only thing I didn't like, but I'm definitely excited to see kind of where he goes from here.
Rebid, thoughts on Allie and Laurel and Brian Cage, the new addition?
Yeah, I like the transition. I like the flow they had with their storyline. Those two, I just like it. Those two fit together, perfect. Wrestling and on the mic. So I like them two together. I like them working together. I like that. So I'm down with them two continuing whatever they're doing. That's perfect. I like it. Cage, I don't know if he was on Gut Check or he was on something, man.
I'm pretty sure it was Gut Check. I think it was the same time that DJ Z was in. I think.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I remember him back then. Yeah, but he bigger now. He more He more in shape now. He quicker. But back then he was quick too. Come think of it. But for his size, he real fast and powerful with his wrestling moves. And the problem with this match with Lashley, the first match, where you saw him do beast, monster, animal type stuff, So you have Cage come in later where Lashley done defended off like 3-4 people. Then you put him, supposed to be his big debut, in the ring with a 110-pound dude, 4 feet tall. And then commentate, this is really exciting and stuff, I feel he just tossed this little dude around. It's just it took away from what he could have showed. He could have put him in there with Falaba. So he got Falaba back there eating pizza and cupcakes. He could have brought Falaba out of that room, off the toilet, and brought him in there. That would have been a little decent than that. He would have beat Falaba, but it'd been better. Not then to throw main man in there, 120 pounds, just throw him around all over the place. I ain't like that. That part of the whole thing was just dumb to me, man. You know what I'm saying? But he quit. I like his activity. Once he get in the ring too, he like to keep moving. I like that. like hyper wrestlers that want to keep going, keep moving. So I want to see him in a match with somebody better and somebody bigger. But other than that, yeah, I'm the fact that he's there is good because you need somebody more heavyweights on this roster. Man, people, I'm good with the small wrestlers, but you need heavyweights, man. You need heavyweights in his ring. You know, the Tyrus is, but Tyrus can't wrestle, so that he's a big waste of space and time. So other than that, you need people in that ring that's huge that make people look at the TV like, oh, turn that back. That's a big dude right there. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I like it. You know what I'm saying, DJ?
Then, speaking of followed by eating M&Ms, we had the backstage segment with Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley, where they was trying to, you know, they was trying to prove a point to LAX. They knew that they saw the Mumbai Cats. They saw them. They knew that won't gonna fly. But before they saw the Mumbai Cats, they opened the door. My boy followed by. He out here eating M&Ms. I ain't gonna lie. I was laughing. I shouldn't have been because it don't make my boy look serious like I wanted to be. But like I'm but still, you know, the M&M's good as long as he got the peanut kind. Because I might like the other one, the other one's kind. Anyway, and then they went and beat up the Mumbai Cats. And Sanjay Dutt did confirm that those were not the true Mumbai Cats. So you know that did help us out. That little journalistic wisdom, we appreciate it. But and also here we had Jimmy Jacobs and Congo Kong destroying the office of Park and Park. Maybe that'll get Abyss out. I don't know. Probably not. But I mean, I know what is though. The picture of Grandma Jenny that they also destroyed. I think that's the straw that broke the camel's Abyss's back. Something like that. I think it is. Casey, thoughts on Jimmy Jacobs and Congo Kong, or the true MVP of this segment, followed by?
You know, I kind of wanted some M&Ms after that. I did. We didn't have any, but I wanted some. I liked it. It was just a funny segment. I feel like you have to have those kind of funny segments to break up, you know, different segments and things like that. The Jimmy Jacobs thing with Congo Kong. Only thing that I could think about was like, so he just walked from the outside when his ring gear, like he just read it everywhere. Is that what I'm supposed to believe, that he don't ever change? Like I'm confused. But I definitely like the, you know, destroying the office. It did bother me though that there was a lamp in the corner that he didn't do nothing with. Like he destroyed everything else in that whole office, and there was a lamp in the corner, and I'm like, bruh, it's right there. Just it's bothering me that you're not destroying that too.
He gotta make sure that he can see it though. Like that's the issue. If he destroyed the lamp, it's gonna be dark in there. You can't see nothing. How are you gonna see the destruction?
The ceiling light was on though. That light wasn't even on though.
Shut up.
That lamp won't even on though. Like
anyway. Rabbit, you got any thoughts on Congo Kong and Jimmy Jacobs and the followed by MVP segment?
My thing is, first of all, they chased the Mumbai Cats back there, right? But why would you take their masks off? You ain't supposed to been doing that. You know? They took both of them off. Snatched both of them off and walked away. Like, who's that? Crazy. But the part with when they destroyed the office, who's the picture of the old lady? That probably his mom, grandmama or something?
Yeah, Grandma Jenny.
Oh, okay. Grandma
That's
Jenny.
to be giving him all the advice, you know.
Uh-oh.
That he can't remember.
That's what's up, man. DJ.
Let's move on, I think, to the main event of the evening, I think. I'm not, yeah. Austin 3 belts. Can I call them that now? We got more than 3 belts, but I was just trying to go with the Zachy 3 belts thing. But Austin don't really go with it. Same.
is only one Zeki 3 belts.
That's what I was trying to. Austin Aries came out here with a whole bunch of belts, and the commentators was like, he got him. I thought it was funny because they said he was holding a title, but he was holding an Impact title. That wasn't the title they said. I'm just saying he won't physically hold the title they said. Anyway, I mean, I like that he got 3,000 titles. That's wonderful. I think when I saw this on the internet, I thought that he had won all the titles back, like who was it? Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe had done that one time, or I think it was Kurt Angle had done that one time. That's why I was kind of confused by that. But this was a good match. I like this, really good match too. I think my favorite move in this match was when Austin Aries went to dive on Eli Drake, but Chris Adonis moved in the way, or Eli Drake pushed him in the way, one of the two, and Eli Drake dropped that man on the apron with that I don't even know what you call that thing. He just throw people around like that. But I like that. I thought that was good. It felt like Austin Aries had control a lot of, especially early in this match. It felt like Eli Drake was kind of out of sorts a little bit, but it was definitely good though. Like I thought it was really good. I love the end, kind of everybody trying to do everything they can to win. This man Eli Drake pulling out springboard moonsaults out here. I'm just like, bruh, this man trying everything to get this title back. And I love the storytelling of this match because even though you feel like Austin Aries is gonna win, kind of scripted out this match. They made this match. They almost made it feel like Eli Drake was going to win this match because it was almost scripted in a way of, okay, this is how a heel wins a match, and he's going to win this match this way. Especially when I saw Austin Aries take out Chris Adonis, I thought that was going to be the one that got him. And then the gravy train reversal, I like that too. That was nice. But this is a really good match. Austin Aries ended up winning with the Brainbuster, and he retains the global championship. But I just felt like this was a really good main event. I was definitely excited. Casey, thoughts on the global championship main event?
I thought it was okay. I definitely like that, Aries came out with all the titles, with all the belts. I just always like when guys come out with, other belts other than, the ones from that company. Just kind of shows that he's been around. But yeah, it was a decent match. I didn't think it was anything too great about it, but I do like that they kind of, like DJ was saying, it kind of felt like Eli was gonna win, but I like how they booked it like that. So you start to think, oh, the heel is going to, win the title back, but then the face kind of John Cena's it, I guess, and retains his title. I definitely like that they kind of almost swerved you a little bit there.
Yeah, I agree. I disagree with you. Match. Rabbit, thoughts?
Yeah, I like this match. It was a good match. It had a nice feel to it. Shut up, boy. It was decent. Did you see the issue I got right here? Man, but my man Eli Drake had a nice leg drop on the ropes. Beautiful, man. He had some nice moves. Him and Double A with the chancery on the top rope. I mean, on the side of the rope where they did the chancery. The chancery joints be pretty. I like when he do.
Oh yeah, I thought that was nice.
I like those joints, man. Pretty. But what was pretty was when Eli Drake hit that top rope and suplexed off the top rope. When he jumped straight on the third rope.
That. Oh my!
Ain't touched no other rope. Went straight to the third rope and suplexed him. That was pretty. I ain't never seen that.
What I liked about that too is not only did he do that, he hit that one slam and then rolled through and did another one. I was like, this man, almost made me want him to win. That like I was like, this man deserves this championship. Dang on it. Why they bring that out now? Like they ain't bringing out his whole title run, and then
that was pretty, man. I love that joint. But it was a nice flow. Match had a nice flow, no boshing, stiff wrestling. It was nice, pretty match. Almost came close to look it up. DJ.
Alrighty, we're gonna wrap it up here. Your Impact Wrestling review for 2/15/2018. I guess we'll be back next week for obviously Impact review, NXT review. That's it for now. Some random discussion. You always know there's a random discussion ahead. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Also hit the subscribe button below. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about Impact this week. Was it as good as it was? Oh, we overrating the show. What you think? What are you thinking? But anyway, we'll see you guys next time. We do hope you guys enjoyed. This was the Impact Wrestling Review on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic.